What's happening? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405. Oh, hold on. Let me fix that right fast. Okay. All right, here we go. What's going on? It's so different to try to move it on the screen. But anyway, we good. We got it now. All right. So here we go. Another episode or stream or whatever you want to call it of me out here talking games, giving you my thoughts. It's some things I want to kind of touch. Not a lot of things that I can just dwell on. So I guess first what we can talk about is this rumor about Horizon Zero Dawn coming to the Xbox. There's supposed to be all types of basically stuff from different countries where they're showing that the game is going to be basically that it's in development in a sense, or that it's going to be ready to come and drop on Xbox at some point. I don't know. It's still a rumor until stuff is really confirmed. I really can't jump up on it and just say that it's going to happen. But it is. But it's like I said, though, if any of those single player games are coming to Xbox, that's it. It ain't no cutting back. Like, I mean, we'll go through the process yet again of PlayStation, the PlayStation community out there that cares about it that much. 10 years, 7, 8 to 10 years of when a game came out, who cares, right? Like, to then it will be, well, it's just online games, to then it's like, well, here it's been 2 years, 6 months, whatever the case may be, to then, we'll be looking at almost day and date, right? Like what, within a year, less than a year's time? It's inevitable. I mean, that is and I've said this, so mark it down. Once a PlayStation first party single player game lands on Xbox or Nintendo, it is over. PlayStation is playing by different rules. It's over. And that's that the whole exclusivity first party thing is over. It's a wrap, Jack. The only company that will do this or remain to do this will be Nintendo, and eventually I feel like they'll succumb at some point. They don't have to right now, so it'll take them a little while, but the reality is this: it's going to happen. Yeah. What's going on with you, Stanley? He said Xbox getting the whole stable from the ponies. I mean, listen, it's inevitable. If the Horizon Zero Dawn drops on Xbox, there is no turning back. No turning back, because then there's no turning back. So again, it's still a rumor. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet. I've been speculating. I've said, listen, if it would be just a test, just to see. So like if they would do a game like Returnal or something like Days Gone, I could definitely see that. If you're going balls to the wall and doing Horizon Zero Dawn, then it's a wrap. I mean, we'll eventually start seeing stuff from God of War. We'll start seeing stuff from Ghosts of Tsushima. All that. Everything's coming. If you're going to do one of your big titles from 2018, I mean, and then the big one will definitely come, Spider-Man. And so then we go further we'll go into a different conversation at a later date, because if this rumor is true, then what we have going on is Spider-Man's going to drop, and then now we can anticipate Wolverine at some point, and that's supposed to be something that this rumor that is going to be shown at the State of Play tomorrow. So I don't know. Take the rumor with a grain of salt until they officially announce it. Then it is what it is. But all indications look like that this is something that could definitely happen. I wouldn't think that it would have been Horizon Zero Dawn this quick. I thought that it would be, like I said, Returnal or Days Gone or something around it, something like that. A game that is didn't do very well, but it's still popular enough to try to draw some attention to get Xbox gamers to want to invest. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Um, that's all I have on that. I mean, it's really not something you could just overly dwell on. Now, if I had other people in here on the stream, we could talk about it. But I mean, that's all I really have on that. Another story that dropped was it yesterday or it was this past weekend? It was Costco is pretty much just selling nothing but PlayStation and Nintendo consoles. They have been removing Xbox consoles from the shelves. And what does that mean? That those consoles really ain't moving? And Xbox is pretty much saying, look, we're ready to move on and it's not, and I think that's more maybe of an Xbox decision, a Microsoft decision more than it is a Costco decision. I just think that Xbox is just kind of basically it's like we're ready to move on. That's usually how Xbox operates anyway. If they're ready to move on from something, they're just gonna let it linger and push it on out to the back. And listen, as much as as I love Xbox, the Series X S consoles are solid. The scrutiny behind the S was ridiculous. It's at one time was the best affordable console this gen that you could get. I mean, the more and more that you see it, like when people are so hyped about like these handhelds and things like that, like you're not, and how the Switch is popular. The Xbox Series S has been a incredible device for gamers who haven't already jumped into this gen or just wanting to maybe get an Xbox and then they just wanted to jump in on the cheaper model. So that's unfortunate for that end because it's all expensive now. I mean, $400. And I mean, listen, $400 for an S is not ideal, especially for what the price was when it first came out. But if it's still a decent price for an entry level to play all different types of games, and the games mostly run very, very well. You're not, you can't, most people, if they're going to buy this type of stuff, especially like with the Switch, people don't, I mean, they get ridiculed for games that looks like, like trash, and maybe perform like trash with a third party. But when people are going and buying a Switch, they should still have the same type of mentality when people are buying a Series S, is that they're not going to get the best bells and whistles. They got the Series X for that. So they're just wanting to get something to where they can play the new Madden or the new Call of Duty or the new Battlefield or Mad or 2K or whatever the case, whatever games that they're looking at. Maybe they want to play something like Black Myth Wukong or any of the newer games that came out this generation. That's a good entry point. The price is, like I said, is a little bit too expensive, a little stiff, but I mean, comparing to the Switch 2, but then you look at the series of games that the Switch has, the Switch 2 has compared to what Xbox has. I mean, Xbox has way more games because of the third-party licenses, and of course, their strong lineup of first-party titles this gen so far, last couple of years for sure. I don't know. It's still a good value. 400 is too much for what it was, but for somebody who's just looking to just jump into the market or into this gen, still your best bet if you don't care about graphics and all that other stuff. I know that there will be some people that'll say, well, just buy a PC and then you'll do this and that and the third. But I mean, as we've been going through the issues of bad optimization with games, I mean, you're looking at one of them right here, even though the game is fun as hell. There's a lot of PC gamers that's getting priced out because they're kind of forcing a lot of PC gamers to upgrade. So there we are. There you have it. So that right there just kind of basically tells me that Xbox is ready to move on from the consoles. Now, I will say this. I said this last time I did my thoughts, or I said this on GRG Friday. And if you haven't caught GRG this last past Friday, go check it out. It was very fun. I'll be doing more shorts of Viper going through and talking about the developers from the past that said the most craziest things. That I got all that. So I did part one. I'll do part two. And there were some developers that I really was shocked that said some crazy stuff that I really liked. One was David Jaffe. I do like David Jaffe's games, but I knew exactly what game that was. That's when it was the that drawn game. It was pretty violent. It came out on PlayStation 4, and it didn't do well. And so people were kind of basically jumping on Jaffe and saying that he was done. And I thought the game was entertaining, but again, we're a different time. We're talking about graphics and all this, that, and the third. But it was pretty wild what he said. And then there was just others. Of course, probably when I do a part 3, it'll be Matrick and what he said, probably one of the worst things ever said from an Xbox executive. Just absolutely dumb. But anyway, so I'll show some more shorts of that. But yeah, I don't know if I said that Xbox would drop their console in 2026, but like I said, the climate of the economy, everything's up. I don't know, but when you hear about the Costco stuff, I think that they're all ready for it. So I have no idea. But the one thing I will say, I will agree with this. I was watching Brad Sam. He was talking about the new generation of Xbox, and he brought some ideas to it, which I kind of agreed with. But the one thing that he did say that I definitely agree with at this point is that Xbox is not going to take a loss anymore, and that Xbox I think because of the strategy that they've come up with, it's working. Putting games everywhere. You don't have to like it. You might not like Game Pass, but the strategy is working. It's working. It's no question. They're making money hand over fist, and I don't think that they care about selling as many consoles as some people would like them to. That's why you don't see a lot of advertisement. Now, I think when the new console when the new Xbox comes out, there'll be a lot of stuff being talked about. A lot of advertisement at that point, but for the Series X, it's been abysmal. You don't hear anything about the console. You hear more about Game Pass, and then you don't even get a lot of ads about Game Pass when it comes to like TV time and things like that. You know how much I've disagreed with them not wanting to put stuff on, not to at least put some advertising on places like Adult Swim or others. I have seen some, which I was pretty surprised with and happy with, but other than that, like, it's pretty crazy. But I think it was a Cyber Gunner. He posted PlayStation showing it was for a beer. They showing Ghost of Yotei in a supermarket. That's the stuff that you need. Xbox has had some really great games to come out this year, and so you would want them to show that type of advertisement. I don't know. We'll see what they'll do with Outer Worlds. We'll see what they'll do with Call of Duty. Call of Duty will sell itself, but still, you kind of want to see where their advertisement is on that. But it only seems like that they only want to do it for the games that are a hit, not a game that people may not know about or a lot of gamers may not be familiar with. That's the stuff that I think Xbox needs to do more of. But when it comes to the Series console, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, you don't see anything from Xbox Series X advertising wise. But so yeah, I do agree with Brad Sams on that. Yeah, they're over it. They're over it. They're over the console wars aspect of how many consoles you can sell. I think they know their number of where they want to be. If they sell 30 million consoles and they're not going to be cheap, they're going to make a profit, then I don't think they care. I don't think they care at this point anymore. They know they're going to make their money off of the PC gamers, off the PlayStation gamers, off of the Nintendo gamers, and off of the Xbox gamers, and also make money off of Game Pass. So it doesn't matter how many consoles they sell, as long as that, because software is way more. That software is that's where the money's at, is software, more so than the hardware. If you're selling your consoles at a profit, which means they're going to be high, then that means it don't matter how many consoles they sell, and that also means that console is going to be high as hell. So the positive is that it will be premium. So and that's what you want. Now, what is considered premium for the consoles coming this generation? It damn sure ain't the crazy rumor that some of the people were trying to say that the new PlayStation 6 is going to be a 5090 or something like that. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's not happening. But I guess if you would look at it from, and people in the chat, you got to let me know what you think, like a 4070. And it all comes down to price, but let's just say that it's going to be a $700-800 console right off the bat, standard. And so let's just say $700-800. What would be the appropriate type of power level that you would want that console to be at? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, should it be a 4060, 4070? You would think that it would have to be better than a 3080, right? So because these consoles are kind of compared to what, the 2060, 2070 from the graphics card standpoint, from or GPU standpoint. So yeah, I would think it would have to be. I don't think it should definitely be more than a 3080. It should be somewhere around a 47. I know that we won't get I mean, it's according to how premium they're trying to go. So if they say, well, we want to make our next console on the level of a 4080, well, that's going to be pretty expensive, and that's going to be awesome. But that's the thing I just don't see. I see probably on the wavelength of a 4060, 4070. Raichi says it will have the performance of a 9070X XT. Okay. He says, Ross says, Xbox is going to be an 8090. It's going to be incredible, the best of the best. So put this in mind: if it's going to have 8090 power, then that bastard's going to be a good $7,000 console, which that prices me out of the game. That prices me out the game, Jack. So, nope, let's keep that moving. So, yeah, but if it's going to go premium, which I think Xbox is going to go, it's definitely going to be probably in the wavelength of what you said is a 4090, a 9070 XT, or 4070 ish. And so, I mean, PlayStation will be kind of in the same boat. And then, of course, it'll be the AI capabilities and all that. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to what Xbox is going to be doing going forward. I mean, even for seeing what PlayStation's where their direction is. Is PlayStation going to have any form of backwards compatibility? Is it going to, are they going to go that route, or are they just going to say no, complete, just new console? We're not doing any backwards compatibility, any of that stuff or whatever. We're just going all in. Xbox, we know exactly what they're going to do. That's going to be definitely it's going to be a PC. So and you've already seen that they've and there's been a lot of articles about that, about Xbox reworking with working on doing backwards capability. So that's going to be a win. And then also when you just look at the integration of what the Xbox app has with playing your games from different places, from EA, Ubisoft, Steam, Epic Games, all that. So this thing is going to be a hybrid gaming, just everything. It's going to be everything at once. So that's what's going to be really positive, and it definitely will have a Steam app. And this, like, for looking at the Xbox app on PC, and to where you have all that other stuff integrated. And I mean, if you look on your Xbox, like, you will see in the gaming store, EA, Ubisoft. You don't see Epic or Steam, but you do see them, and you can play those games. And if you have those subscriptions, you can it's definitely with Ubisoft, you can play those games on your Xbox. So I think that's the smartest route to go. Will PlayStation do it? I have no idea. The more I find out about PlayStation, I'll give my thoughts on that. But what Xbox is trying to do, I think, is very smart for them. Your company is built off a PC. Why not make a console and your console, the very first console that came out, the OG, was more PC oriented with the stuff that they had. It just was a console. So, like, bring in a hard drive and all those elements to the console space. And then when you had the 360 and that innovation and all that greatness, I mean, Xbox One had innovation, but they kind of dialed it back. But the Series X has been kind of the dial back. We listen to what the gamers saying. We don't want all these other little things, these cute things. And then, the gaming community still shits on the Series X. And that, to me, is where I think that Xbox is saying, look, we've listened to you. We gave you the console that you asked for, and it still wasn't enough because you still complained. So we're going to do what we want to do. And I'm all for that. I am all for that. What's going on with you, Lady Gamer? Appreciate you coming through. She said, hey, I'm okay apart from a week ago. From J-Tech shouted at me about my opinions live on his stream. Plus, I lost my moderator taken off of me, and he's really upset the way he came at. I'm really upset the way he came at me. I apologize for that. Like, listen, I argue with people every day. It's usually not about gaming as much. It's usually about other stuff. But I have a conversation with people all the time, and that don't agree with what I agree with. The one thing I try to do is try to keep it civil as possible. There's some people that just do not want you to be civil. They want you to try to act a fool. They want you to try to act a certain way so they can do whatever, or just try to get attention from you. Man, just keep it. Look, I trim the fat like that. I don't deal with people that just act stupid like that. Like, there's no reason to yell at somebody. Now, I'm passionate. I like to sit here and when I'm in my mode, I'm passionate as hell, and I say what I say. And then, sometimes it might be hurtful in the sense of, because I'm giving my opinion, but I'm not calling anybody any names in the sense of, being disrespectful on that end. But some people can take what I say as disrespect because I'm direct. I don't hold my tongue to no one. I think that that's the one thing to be, is just honest and direct as you possibly can. And if you're wrong about something or whatever, I'll be quick to apologize and tell people, like, I was maybe a little bit too aggressive or something like that. But to treat people like that is just asinine. I hate that for you. I hate that for you, young lady. I hate that for anybody. I mean, because what we come to do on this platform is that we're going to have a debate. Like, I mean, and I know that there's not going to be people that's going to agree with everything that I say, but it's more so that I love that part of it. I love hearing other people's perspectives, because sometimes their perspectives can make some sense that I haven't really thought about, and that's why when I say the things that I say, I try to make people understand it from a level to where they can, can comprehend on, not to try to make it sound like it's, that they're wrong about everything, but just try to give a different perspective and try to hear me out. And then I can listen to hear what they have to say. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is crazy. Ross said, petaflops or die. That's crazy. He said, not teraflops, petaflops. I don't know what a petaflop is, but hey, I don't even know. That might need to have a pause on it, maybe. Anyway, he says we're going to be under martial law in a week. of martial law, a weak console won't keep us inside. Stop it, stop it, stop it. I told Tashawn that I was not going to be political. I said I'll back off on it every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of GRG, we was talking about the boycott, and then it turned into everything. It lasts 25 minutes, but it turned pretty political. But it's okay. You know how I love that. But anyway, but I'm gonna keep it gaming. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed on that one. Right, he says Xbox will soon go from $100 to $5,000. He said AliExpress will start selling mini boxes with the Xbox brand on it. Now, I did hear that as well. That's another rumor that's going out here, that Xbox is going to start having other manufacturers work on different types of Xboxes. Kind of like with PC and what they're doing with that, or like with this Rogue Ally. It just Xbox has just got stipulations on if you want to build on that. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So you know what I'm saying? So like that does beg the question, will Xbox truly abandon an affordable Xbox like the Series X? Because if you're going to have other manufacturers to make stuff, then you would think that if there's multiple manufacturers working on it, then they would want a cheaper model. Maybe I could be completely wrong on that, but I just think that was another rumor that was also assessed, which also kind of feeds into this whole PC thing for what Xbox is trying to become. Which, like I said, I agree with. I just don't know the full direction of where they're going with it. I know that I do like the backwards compatibility stuff on it. I do like the. I mean that's always been one of the reasons why I made a PC in the first place, because I would like to play some of those older games and at higher fidelity and frames and all that stuff. So to get that would be great. There's no question that they're going to do that. What I want to know is how integrated will the Xbox console will be with Steam, with Epic, with EA, with EA Play, with Ubisoft, with any other service that comes out. I mean, like, what are we going to be seeing here? Like, it's really exciting to me. I'm really excited, and that's where, you know, on the title I just said the game changer, because that is a game changer. Like, why would you not? I mean, for the most diehard PlayStation fan, if PlayStation still stayed traditional and doesn't want to implement that type of stuff on their PlayStation, that's going to bring some people to start thinking. Now, cost is definitely going to be a part of it. The whole rumor about PlayStation trying to make a S model themselves, that's the one or only rumor that I heard a few months ago. I have no idea if that's going to be true, possible. That doesn't seem like a PlayStation thing. Well, actually, it does. And then I mentioned that, look, if they do that, then the gaming media is going to praise them instead of have the same type of talk like they did about the Series S. But if they do that, which I think that that's really smart for them, but if they don't have like the same type of openness to where or access to where gamers can play anything that they want to, I would think that the Xbox would be kind of intriguing to a lot of gamers. I really do. It's all about the price. So if a PlayStation, you know, if PlayStation goes and does a 2-tier type of you know, they have what 3-tier, because they're supposed to be working on a handheld themselves. So if they got a handheld, they have a cheaper model, and then they have like their premier PlayStation, then yes, PlayStation is going to do fine on that, because people will be mostly buying the cheaper version, just like they did with the Slim. The Slim was the most bought PlayStation 4 last generation. So okay, that's fine, and you might have an eventual pro version of the PlayStation 6 or whatever. That's a smart strategy. Nothing wrong with that. But then when you look at what Xbox is doing, and if the price is competitive, because Xbox is going to have their handheld. The handheld look like it's going to be what, about 500 from well, it said €499. We'll see. Well, I know that they already have a handheld. Well, that's not considered really a handheld. I don't know what that thing is. It's just kind of like it's pretty much uh I don't know. I don't know what that thing is. So I I don't know what that thing is, but it's a Wi-Fi handheld. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm talking about a true handheld like the PSP or the Vita. Nothing like that other crazy stuff. So, um, Xbox going all in on just that. And then again, like I said, they're going to win anyway because they know now that PlayStation gamers will buy their games. Nintendo gamers will buy their games. PC gamers buy their games. So they don't care. They don't care at this point. They're going to make their money. All they need to do, what they should care about, is having these games perform and play, and make some really good bangers, which they have came out with some really good games. But continue to do that. The next Halo needs to be outstanding. All that. So and just anything else that they're making. And then just also keep Game Pass. Game Pass is outstanding. Game Pass is ridiculous. So that's another win as well. So I think because there's so many games that's coming out at one time, like September has been nuts. I would even go back and say for the last 2 months, because July was pretty light. You had a strong beginning, and then it kind of tapered off, and then August kicked in with the Mafia, the Old Country, and then you got the fan favorites for the sports games, and then you have just this end of September to now. I mean, end of August to September, nuts, and we still have some fire coming, since September. So, and then October is going to be a bloodbath of just content. So it's crazy. So Game Pass is going to be fine. There's no question to me about that, because there's so much content. Not only gamers don't have enough time to play all these games, but they don't have enough money. And I mean that in the most positive way. But gamers ain't gonna have the money to be buying these games at this level. I've got to do just games on top of games on top of games. Asking for $70, you might have an occasional $40 game here, and then you got indie games that's going to be $20, $30. Then you got games that's on sale, that's older games that people are going to want to buy and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. So Game Pass is definitely going to do very well. So yeah, I mean, if these companies go out, if Xbox allows other companies to make a different version of Xbox, then those rumors about Xbox having portable like drives, or not portable drives. I know that's the PlayStation rumor. Basically where you can upgrade your console. Something of that nature. There was rumors that was already supposed to be happening with the Series S and X. That didn't happen, but you did have the plug and play with the storage, which I did think it did come down, but it didn't come down enough, in my opinion. I thought that it needed to be a little bit more cheaper, especially now at this point, going into 5 years. But still, it's gone down. It's not crazy like it was, like those little cards, but they're really convenient. Like I'm going to get another one, and then I'm just going to put all my Call of Duty games on that, and then everything else is just for have enough space for my other games. Because Call of Duty takes so much space, it's nuts. You said the PlayStation Portal is like a pro controller. He's like Halo campaign will do all right, but it has a lot, but it is as a loss is multiplayer giant. But it lost its multiplayer giant. No, that part is true. I now I'm gonna get back to talking about the Xbox console, the new gen Xbox console. But I will say this. Okay, so I'm showing you my gameplay from Borderlands, right? Like I've been soloing Borderlands. I've been enjoying that. There's a couple of things too to know about Borderlands as well. I found out is that for people who have been playing multiple vault runners or vault whatever they call the characters, don't do that. Just play one. And then when you beat the game, then you'll automatically have all the characters set at 30. They'll already be at 30. So that's a win right there. See, I haven't tried to, I've been looking at other vault runners or whatever, but vault hunters, that's not runners, hunters, vault hunters. But just looked and found out that it's not that it's probably best just to play with one, build that character up, beat the game, and then the next vault hunter that you want to play with, they'll all be set it, they'll all be at 30, and then that way you don't have to reset, because if you are playing with you're playing within the same game, another vault hunter, then you got to rebuild them up. So that was something that I found out. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, because there's a lot of people that's been talking about how Borderlands 4 plays so well, which it does. It plays really good. And they're like, oh, this new way of how this game plays. I want people to pay attention to how this game plays. There is one of my, this game plays, other than just one little thing that's not in this game that I haven't seen yet. It might be an extra feature. I don't know yet. I don't think it will be. But the way that this game moves is just like an Xbox classic that I've always talked about. I love. It's one of my favorite games. Can anybody guess that? I'm going to tell you. Halo 5. The dash left, dash right, dash to the front. See, that's what I'm saying. If it had the shoulder block, man, we're playing Halo 5's gameplay. You got the ground pounds. Come on now. And what caught me off, because I was playing, I was not the shotgun that you see here. There was another shotgun, and I was like, yo, why does this feel like I'm playing Halo? Because the way that I shot the gun shot like a Forerunner shotgun, like from Halo 5. And I'm like, wait, hold up. And so then I just kind of stumbled on the because I just kind of was jumping up in the air, kind of avoiding getting attacked. And I'm like, you would think that you would have some kind of like sidestep like move. And so when I was playing it, and I was like, hold up, the movement of how I'm playing, let me try to play this like Halo 5. Bro, when they did the slide back, forth, left, right, I'm like, and then you see my gameplay. I'm playing like Halo 5, so I'm loving the game even more gameplay wise. So these suckers here at Gearbox, they definitely was all about letting people know, yeah, we can make a Halo, but they'll play like Halo 5. I mean, man, this makes me, man, Raichi. This is what I've said a million times. I don't have a problem with people wanting the old traditional Halo gameplay. I think it's a lost cause. You're going to lose gamers. You'll keep the old heads, but we're talking about newer gamers to want to be involved in the Halo. I think that you'll lose them, but that's fine. You want the old school Halo way? That's great. That's great. I do like Infinite. Now, I haven't played Infinite in a while. I got to get back to playing some Infinite. I have not, and that's on me. But Halo Infinite plays really smooth, plays really good. I think that's the perfect blend. You have that old school with a little new school flavor to it. But they have to make a Halo game that has that Halo 5 multiplayer. It's like what you said. Halo 5's multiplayer runs so smooth. It played so well. It played so it tripped me out, because when I went back to play Halo 5 earlier this year, and then I went back and played Infinite. That was in the beginning of the year. Infinite is a lot faster. It's a lot faster, and it's smoother as well. Which is, of course, it's a game. It's over 10 years old, but But with today's the way, but today how that game Halo 5 would play if they kept that multiplayer engine, not even close. So that's why I said, like, you can make the best of both worlds in a Halo multiplayer. You can have the traditional, what you got. Well, I mean, well, I wouldn't say full traditional. Do what Halo Infinite's doing because that game runs great the way it does. But add a Halo, like, you know what I mean? Add a Halo 5 multiplayer aspect to it. Like, not to, so whatever this new Halo is going to be, hopefully it'll play like Infinite, and then they do whatever they want to do with it, right? But when you make another Halo game, do just like what Call of Duty is doing. Like with this new Call of Duty that's coming out, it's going to play like Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare. Those games play great, and the thing of it is, if you didn't like it, then you can always go back to the old Call of Duties. I feel that Halo has 343 missed so many opportunities by listening to so many people on keeping it old, and like you said, Halo just doesn't have that same bravado that it used to on the multiplayer side. The story is always going to attract people, but the multiplayer did not. When people was asking for Halo to do what it was, I mean, to do what it's done. Granted, the after the Christmas, like a couple of months after the game launched, then the game just turned ridiculous because of the desync issues and all that. That definitely hurt it. The gameplay's fine now. I mean, I don't see too many people talking about desync issues. But again, I just said I didn't play it. I haven't played it in a while. I only played it the last time I played it was at the beginning of the year, but it played fine when I played it. Keep that, but add another element to Halo. Bring us to Halo Wars. Bring us a different. And this whole like thing where people were saying, "Well, bring a third person shooter of Halo." That's the one that you can bring the Halo 5 multiplayer back to. And then you can have whatever the traditional Halo that you're doing. Like, that's what 343 needs to be working on. I've said that. I've stood on it. But and me playing Borderlands 4 has definitely gave me the excitement, brought the excitement level back to to Halo 5 because that's exactly how this game plays to me. You said I want to say it has, but other games are just doing things better. So what you mean about that, Sapo? So like, I mean, you got to explain to me what other things are they doing better? Like I just because Call of Duty is always stuck to their guns. People want a Battlefield to stay more traditional. Battlefield 6 is more traditional, old school, the way that was. It's not doing anything over the top. I mean, what else? I mean, the games that are kind of popular right now in the shooting space are, like what Fortnite don't change too much. They've added the building, they took in the building away, so I don't know what else have they done better. Halo 5 was so unique, it was perfect. It was nothing like Halo 5's multiplayer. Just like when Halo first came out, there was nothing in a sense kind of like that. It was only like you had to play a PC game, but for console gamers there was nothing like that, nothing like Halo. When it came to the console, you would have to play, one of those PC games, and you would have to be at that point in time playing on a mouse and keyboard. So, yeah, that is something that is I hate that about how people was trying to shit on Halo 5 the way that they do, and because their combat and that multiplayer was the best. It was the best Halo multiplayer. I'll stand on that. Let's see. I have zero faith in 343, but I quite enjoyed weapons in the campaign. I don't know how you don't have faith in 343. 343 has done an incredible job. I mean, they gave you one of the best Halos of all time. Halo 4 is like is my second favorite Halo all time. My first is Halo 2. Then Halo 4, then it's Why do I have ODST and it's not ODST? Reach. Then it's Halo 5. I my one of my least favorite Halos, and I know people are going to trip out when I wasn't the biggest fan. I had fun playing Halo 3. I was kind of already over it. I was over it. Halo 4 brought me back. I was I was Halo 3 was just a lot of the same, which is fine. But I just thought the story was good. But it just like, that they because they were trying to end it, and I was like, oh, okay, they're ending it, is over. And then when you seen 4, and I'm like, oh, what are they doing now? It's supposed to be done. Chief is on ice. And so within the did 4, so 343 brought a god tier Halo back, and Halo 5 was doing what it's supposed to do, expand the franchise. So Halo 5 is that's, I don't know. I thought the story and Halo Infinite was great. The story was great. It was just the atmosphere. They needed more atmosphere, and I blame that on all those cuts that that the dev that came in and took over. He just cut it, so it didn't make a full complete story. I thought the combat, the atmosphere, the boss fights, I mean the characters, I mean there was so much missing within the game. So no, Halo Infinite was good. Halo Infinite was good. It wasn't the best, but it was really good. So 343 has done what they had to do, and 343 is genius to at least try to bring in the old element of how Halo play with some to modernize it. So they're great developers. They're fantastic developers. So I'm not a fan of knocking them on that. I just think that what I would knock them on is listening to people that tell you that you need to have it the old school way. And I think that whatever, from the rumor that this is supposed to be, this new Halo is a remake, they're rebooting it, whatever. I don't know what they're going to do. They decided where the direction they want to go. Okay, cool. We'll see if I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the other Halos. If not, then I won't. It's just the way it is. So, so you didn't like you said the 4, did you, DJ Brother Das? It's funny you said, Kay, because Colt was talking about the sound design of the guns in Borderlands 4, and the first thing that came to my mind was the sound effect. Yes, it does. Like, bro, it is so Halo 5. Like, so when you see people, this is when you know people are full of shit. Like, they have agendas, because they're talking about how great the gameplay is, how great this game plays. And I guarantee you, because this don't play like normal Borderlands. I played every Borderlands, so I know what the game has played like beforehand. But every time, from reviewers to the content creators to people, oh, this game feels so great. Well, you know why it feels great? Because it plays just like a fantastic game that some people shitted on and said that it wasn't great. And that's Halo 5. This game plays just like Halo 5. Just give me a dash. Hey, give some DLC to where we can get the shoulder dash. That's why I'm enjoying the hell out of this game. I put in already 30 hours in this game. Hey, this game is fun. It is poorly optimized. Randy Pitcher needs to hush his mouth and just get this game patched. But other than that, the game is a blast to play. So I don't know, but I wanted to point that out too. So let me revert this back and get back to talking about the new Xbox. I think. Well, before I do that, let me read a couple of these comments, because now we're on the Halo topic now. Let's see. Yeah, the Forerunner guns. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, man, that shotgun, and it clicked. I'm like, hold up, is that like a Halo 5? I mean, a Halo 5 gun, shotgun? Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, and then so I was like, hold up. I'm jumping up in the air and I'm dashing, but can I dash on the ground? And so when I seen it, I said, "Oh, hell no!" And then when they added the ground slam, because that was my thing. Like, that was one of my favorite moves in Halo 5 was the ground pound. No pause, because I put that on your ass. I would do it. Loved it because it would throw people off. Like they would jump up and then they would be chasing me, and then I would find a way to jump somewhere, and I would get enough elevation, and I would hold it, and they would be looking around for me, or they would try to shoot me, then and I'll come right back down on their ass. Boom, get them. Get them. I love the ground pound. That was such a great, God, and just the maneuvers of the strategy of what you can do, especially if somebody was. I wasn't always the best with the dash, with the shoulder dash, but God, I loved it. I loved it because when you would get on somebody, and if when you did hit it, when somebody was lighting your ass up, then you could use it, get the hell out of there, or then you could shoot them right afterwards, and then maybe you can change the whole element of the fight. And so, like, yeah, I mean, it's just great. I mean, Halo. This is why Halo will. Halo will never die because it is no other shooter like Halo. But I just feel that like they were just too premature on not giving Halo 5's multiplayer a chance, and I think that there's a lot of people that were kind of upset. They didn't want to express it then, but they expressed it years later. Where's Warzone? We need a Warzone like situation because that was also fantastic. I don't know, but yeah, that's yeah. But Colt is absolutely right. Yeah, the sounds, a lot of stuff. Let's say, I disagree with you, Raichi. The Halo 5's campaign was not terrible. It was really good. It wasn't the best. There was some miscues on some things, but no, Cortana was awesome. Voice acting was fantastic. Um, the the story of where it was going was leading to what Halo Infinite with Halo Infinite, because this, okay, so what Halo 5 set up was one of the best villains I think in gaming, Atriox. There's not too many badasses like Atriox. I know that there's some, but like in the Atriox was incredibly written. The way that they writ him in, the way that they set him up, just a big dumb brute that's like he's like like Master Chief, but he's a brute. And he's unified all of these different factions, even humans, to be a part of the Banish. Bro, Atriox was incredible. So what Halo 5 did was set up what Halo Wars 2 was. Halo Wars 2 was out. That story was incredible. And for what Infinite should have been, but there was so much cut out. Like I seen all this stuff that they cut out that Jason Statham, I think. No, that's the actor. Jason, whatever his name is. He worked on Crackdown 3 as well, and cut everything, and then lied and said that he was going to continue working on the multiplayer, and then just left. Did the same thing with Halo, just cut, just to get the game out, and then bailed out, and then retired. But the stuff that I was shown, for all the different stuff that they were tying in with the Forerunners, tying in with the with the new characters that they were building in, the plans for the DLC, the flood coming back, all of that. The giving more of an explanation with Cortana, and then the setup between the new AI and man, it was going to be Halo Infinite story was already good, but this was going to be incredible. It was going to be incredible. Would have made people think that it was better than Halo 2 or Halo 3 or Halo 1. I don't know. I don't care about that. We just want a good Halo, right? And so the story would have been so much more superior. So yeah, but Halo 5 set that up. So shout out to Kiki, Wolfkill, and the rest of that team out there that made Halo 5, because they had it set up. They had it set up right. And I was excited because then you having all these elements. Then you got, Team Taurus, you got the Shadow team, and what we could have had. But now we got a reboot. So we still got the big green guy that will not die. Okay. Even Luke Skywalker had to go away. So I don't know, guys. I mean, eventually we got to move on. So, yeah. That's right. That's right, Rain. Yep, that's right, Rangy Ford. That's why Killzone. Now, I mean, it would be a good time for PlayStation to bring back Killzone. It would be a great time for PlayStation to bring back Killzone. See, again, that's that awkward stuff. I don't know, like the ideas of what they were doing. Like they had plenty of great games in their wheelhouse to bring back. They had studios that were willing that was willing to work on these games. Like, I mean, just think of Bungie was working on. Mm, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what Bungie should be working on instead of Marathon. Marathon seems like it. I mean, they said that Marathon won't be shown at um on the PlayStation event tomorrow. Okay, that's not a good sign, but okay. So we won't see that game until probably 2026, or it might be just shadow dropped, and then they'll just say, "Let's see what happens." But I'm trying to think what Bungie should have worked on for PlayStation. I don't know. People in the chat, let me know, because the first thing I thought was like, no, Killzone. No, you let the same developer that worked on Killzone make Killzone. I mean, golly, not having Twisted Metal, like, I mean, that just screams what play. Man, I don't know. I that's a whole nother topic for another day. I don't know. I don't. They had the right idea of wanting to make multiplayer games because they make money, but the choices of the games that they wanted to bring was just absolutely insane. And I don't know if they thought that, like for instance, if the game that got canceled, Concord, if they made Concord like you see with Borderlands, a co-op game that had a story, perfect. Doesn't matter about the weirdos that keeps talking about how characters look and stuff. I seen somebody bring up something today of the character in OD, and they said some weird garbage about like, whatever. I'm not even gonna go there. Like I said, I'm not gonna get political, but they were just on some weird shit. And even people came out and was like, "What are you talking about, man? Stop being weird. Like everything can't be just like This woman is getting looked like stalked by a creature or something, an entity. She don't need to look hot. What are you doing? Y'all some weirdos." But that's so. But yeah, with all the characters that's in there, you do a game like that, perfect. Then you can bring the multiplayer or add multiplayer into the DLC later. You could, and then do the whole movie, anime stuff on Netflix and all that stuff. Make a show out of it. I think Concord would have done fine. I think Concord would have been all right. If you made it into this, if you made it like a co-op game, let people decide what characters they like, give them all different abilities, which they did. Have a deep story. Perfect. But they're just coming out here and trying to make a shooter. Like, bro, that's good. That's one of the most hardest genres to try to sink your teeth into. Like, it's not easy to, people are not that. You got to do something unique. That's why like Ready or Not has attraction, because there's not too many games like that. People are wanting Ubisoft to make the Rainbow Six games. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But Rainbow Six is, I don't know what Rainbow Six has become now, but still like that. I don't know. That's crazy. So. Curious, she's like, Concord's art style was so bland, honestly. But you know what? I think that's because of the multiplayer aspect of it, of how Sony how they were trying to make the game run good, smooth, and make it into like a multiplayer game, or only multiplayer game, or always online game. If they made the game like Borderlands, that game would, if they had access to the Decima engine or whatever, that game would have been popping. PlayStation ain't gonna allow to make no games look, it might be cartoony or whatever, but the game would still look great, because then you're making it a co-op game, and it's more about going through the story, something that PlayStation gamers covet more so than then doing the multiplayer, and then you add the multiplayer later. That's what you should have done. I don't get it. Like, you just bringing in this game. Damn, man. You know how many shooters are out there? That's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think the reason why they looked bland like that because they were just trying to iron out the controls. I didn't hear bad things about the way the game performed. Matter of fact, I heard that the game was actually kind of fun. I didn't get to play it because I wasn't going to pay to buy it. I just was like, okay, whatever. And then by the time that they were going to make it a free to play, they already canceled it. So like it was cooked. So you know what I'm saying? Concord art style was like rusty knee caps. Good God Almighty. Anyway, now he said primary focus on Gishin for now, and the banners won't be changing for a little bit longer. Yeah, I mean, Concord graphics were too sanitized, too clean. They needed dirt to make stuff look better. Dirt? What the hell is dirt? I don't know what dirt is. He said the game performed off stage. It did. It doom doom doom. Doom doom doom. All right. Anyway, so with that being said about that, let's get back to my last point on the Xbox new console. Okay, so now I will do this. Somebody asked me this on GRG. I'm going to ask him. No, I think it was Husky. Husky asked me this on GRG. So yeah, I'm going to listen because I still play Lips. You know, I'm going to ask Phil. He said, "Why don't you hit up Phil?" I haven't talked to Phil in a minute, but I will hit up Phil. I'll hit him up in the DMs. I'm gonna look, Phil, I need to ask you a question, bro. I'm telling you, I'm still playing Lips on my 360. We need a game like that. The Xbox gamers need a game like that. The gaming community needs a game like that. I know that there's games like that, but it's not like Lips. I know there's some that have some similarities like Lips, but they're not the same. Is there any way that we can get that back? I need that Lips back. I need that Lips back, man. Matter of fact, so much so when we played it the other week, my homeboy and his wife and stuff, they just hit me up. Was like, hey man, can we do that again here in another week or so? I said, yeah, I'll sit there. I said, yeah, of course, man, of course. It's just entertaining. But just think about it if it was modern. Oh, golly. One day I'm going to stream Lips so you guys can see it live, how we do it. One day I'm going to do that. So I just got to wait till everybody's saucy, have cocktail hour, so then they won't care. Oh, that's what we'll do. So, he said dirt to make things look better. You know what? I was not doing splits and I did not have a perm. But you know what? If I do stream me doing Lips, I might put on a perm wig and then there ain't gonna be no splits though, Jack. Ain't no splits happening. But I will put on a perm. I will do that, and then I'll sing me some Club Nouveau. No, that's not worth doing. I'm talking about maybe some Earth, Wind and Fire. There's some Earth, Wind and Fire on there. Maybe some Marvin Gaye. I might do that. I got beat. Oh man, the song that I ain't never got beat on in like co-op, California Love. I got beat. Now the game was tripping, so I got to buy me some new mic. I got to get just maybe one new mic, but I got to get a new mic. Game was tripping a little bit. I ain't gonna make that mistake again. I was pretty hot about it. My wife and my kids was making fun of me because they said I was pouting. I was pouting inside of my heart. I sit there and I hugged my homeboy's wife and said, good job, because my boy was like, man, ain't nobody beat him in this game. Matter of fact, I was top 3 in the world on that game. Man, golly, top 3. Now, I was number 1 on I Need Love because there's LL Cool J, I Need Love. I was number 1 in the world on that. The rap songs, I was holding it down. But California Love is where I sit there and I hit 9 million on that puppy. 9 million. Pitch, word for word was hot. But, you know, I'm gonna get my revenge. We're gonna do that song again. He said, but yeah. I might give me a perm wig and sing some of those classics. I might do that. One day I will stream lips. I will. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's so much fun. You'll hear me yodeling. So, but it's a real fun game. So yeah, but I am gonna hit Phil up about that. Like, man, come on, man. There's a couple other games I'm well, but now see again, Phil kept his promise. He brought us Ninja Gaiden. Killer Instinct is in development. Now I just need I need something like Lost Odyssey. I need something like Lost Odyssey. I need the Xbox staff to work on something like Lost Odyssey. I mean, I guess you would say Lost Odyssey is nothing like Final Fantasy Remake, but they might say, now listen, we finally got that damn Final Fantasy on Xbox, back on a remake on Xbox. Show support on that first before you keep asking for something else. So yeah, I'm gonna have to show some dedication to the brand. So especially with Ninja Gaiden 4 dropping, very excited about that. I ain't really talked about it too much, but I'm very excited about that. Yes, Raichi. In 36 hours, Tokyo Game Show is there. I'm so excited. I might go live with that. I might go live. So yeah, I can't complain at all about what Xbox has done game wise at all. They have delivered. There's still a couple of games that I would still love to see come back. I know that that some of the developers are no longer around, or those studios are no longer around, but for the most part, Phil and staff has kept their promise on stuff. And so, like, yeah, when I see that Killer Instinct, then I know they did the Lord's work in gaming. So anyway, speaking of that, with the games, with the new console, AI technology. Okay, so the only thing really I know about the AI technology that I deal with, especially when I'm playing games on PC through NVIDIA, the machine learning stuff is cool. It's cool. You can see the adjustments on certain things, especially when you go back, you get a patch thing. I mean, it's cool stuff. It's really cool stuff. And then, like, when some gamers, Mecha Break uses some technology that you can use from AI and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. That's because, like, voice recognition stuff. That's pretty cool. I've only did it once. I think it was during the beta or whatever. I didn't really do it when I was playing the game. And that game is not bad at all. But it's, like I said, there's so much to play right now. And then once I get my teeth sunk into a game, it's very hard for me to get off of that game once I'm in. So, but I mean, Mecha Break, if anybody has not given a chance to play that, give it a shot. It's not bad at all. It's a pretty good mech game. So yeah, let's see. Kiri said in the chat, trying to get full achievements in Genshin Impact right now. Most of it is just time gated, so I'm just chipping away. You have been all about your Genshin Impact, and that's great, because I was quite pleased for people because the game is great. It's like, I don't have the time because the other games I want to play. Like, I just don't have that type of time. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting I thought I was going to be playing more Borderlands when it first came out, but I was playing the hell out of NBA 2K26 because it plays so well. So I was like, oh. So then when I finally got back on board, when I got on Borderlands, then now I've been nothing but on board Borderlands, except for when I did Fight Night, and I finally streamed Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, so, which is awfully fun as well. And I'm calling out Yobi and them, get this game so we can play. It's good. It's great. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's just so much content. But the consoles itself, power wise, like I said, has to be, if it's going to be a premium price, then it has to be 4070 or higher, which I don't think it will go any higher than that. 4060, 4070. I think that's where it's going to be, for it to be somewhat in that range, that $700-800 range. Now, if it's $1,000 console, if we're talking about they got $1,000 version, then okay, then we can talk about we can talk about like 4080, maybe 40, like you said, what was it? 90, did you say 9080 XT, which is AMD stuff? Like, yeah, no, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, we're talking about something around the $700-800. I just don't see them going all out and doing a 4080 at all. 4070 is probably the max. The AI capability, that's going to be good. I know a lot of people don't like AI because they're taking a lot of people's jobs. But for having machine learning into the gaming, making games, play to your standard where it's not too difficult, or if it does get more difficult, things like that. I think that that's cool. I like that type of stuff right there. I don't know. We'll see more about what all the tech that they'll do within there. They'll have a lot of tech stuff. I wonder if this new console will have any kind of cool things like, I know it won't have a Kinect or anything like that, but will they have like cool stuff that, like maybe the Kinect, like maybe there's some kind of, like maybe like that rumor with like it's going to be like the Switch, like if it's got a portable version of like a handheld version, like it comes in a combo set and then you could plug it into your like the Switch does. I think that would be great. And then that brings another element of what they could do with that. I mean, I don't see anything wrong. I think now people have gotten more accepting with the camera stuff. So, I mean, why not? You know what would be cool? But which they're not going to do that. Which I would say, like, you could use your old Xbox One Connect and all that stuff. But no, they would just do just probably a regular camera to hook up to do different types of games and stuff like that. I think that type of stuff with the Xbox, with the Xbox Series X is missing. Those features like that, those would brought some of those the fun games that that people miss out today on because of the fact that people were just, I just want my console to be a console. That nobody does that because your console isn't just a console. It's just it's got all these apps on it to where you can watch movies. I see it all the damn time when I'm looking and seeing people playing on Xbox. There's people on Netflix. There's people watching other stuff. There's people watching YouTube. Listen. Don't tell me you just want your Xbox to be a gaming console just to just play games. You're lying. Because I see you. Because the people that were saying that, I see them. They're doing more than just playing games. So bring those things back. Bring us. I mean, you ain't got to bring in the Connect. I mean, if you could have something to where you could where you can buy an extender to where if somebody still has it, I still have both of my Connects. I got my 360 Connect and I have my Xbox One Connect. So if you have an extender, they want to hook it up or just have Xbox have their own little camera or something like that to bring those different type of games there. Not everything has to be a AAA banger. Like I said, games like Lips, games like, those old games. I'm not saying that you need to play, what was it? Connectables or something, Cananimals or whatever that shit was called with the animals, the weird looking animals and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but just like those fun type of games that you see that you can utilize all of the, have crazy features like the 360 offered. Like that's why that's one of my favorite consoles of all time. Like I said, it is on PlayStation 1's neck when it comes to my favorite console of all time because of the innovation of the 360 and all the things that it had available for the stuff that you could play. Like the Kinect was incredible. And that element of having a camera on there, that's why make Nintendo games fun. Like, I mean, they made the Switch 2 like a Xbox One. Like, I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Stop it. Rangy Force said AI never calls in sick or wants time off. Stop that. That's what they say, right? Until it messes up. And then it'll be UBLO, give you a malfunction, and then what? Still going to need a human element to fix it. So again, I don't like that aspect of it. I really don't. So the greed on that aspect of the so-called efficiency is that's pretty bad. So but you're right. That's how they look at it, and that's they want to make money, and it's all about the money at the end of the day. So, but and this is why we have some situations where the product that we are expecting and excited about to have when it comes to some of these games, come out half-assed because they they care about wanting to see get the game pushed out quick, try to make as most money, and then well the gamers will accept pushing out. But that's going to get to a point to where gamers are not going to accept it. They're not. They're going to be like, nah, we're done with that. We're done with that. So, and it seems like gamers are already on their last leg with a lot of these developers on throwing these games out there, asking for maximum price, and then these games aren't performing like they do, and especially when you get pushback. I will say this: I am kind of jumping back and forth. I apologize on that, but I did see that Borderlands 4 at the same point in time of sales are half compared to what they were with Borderlands 3. People are waiting, and that should be a message. Don't talk shit. Just be humble and just say, look, we'll get it fixed. That's it. And ain't nobody gonna trip out about it. Ain't nobody gonna trip out. They're gonna be like, they're gonna understand it. People will gripe because the reality of it is that yes, you asking for 78, and then you did an article. I mean, you did an interview and made a point of saying the game should be $80-$90 or whatever, and then you bring out this like this. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I do hope that I don't know if the Xbox will do that, but I would hope that Xbox would want to bring in cameras, different stuff like that. Kind of get back to what made the 360 so popular, because it wasn't always just about the games. The games are a big factor, but it's the innovation of other stuff. Nintendo knows what they're doing when it comes to that stuff. Xbox knew about it, but then, like I said, they listened to the wrong people. They listened to the wrong people, because the same people that said that, like I said, were basically telling people, nope, I want my console to be a console just to play games, and then they don't play games. They play everything else. They may play games on occasion. All right. So the last point on this with the console, what else I would like to see what the new consoles will bring. If this is going to be kind of like a PC hybrid thing or whatever, I would like to see more settings, more available settings for the if they. I know that consoles normally don't do that because they have us that the people make it for the settings or whatever. But if they can, it don't have to be as advanced as what the PC is when it comes to their settings. But just more settings. I've noticed that games. This generation has less settings to work with than in years past. Other than like when they couldn't do that, but these consoles are more powerful than in years past. So therefore, you would think that you would get games that has more settings or whatever. But yeah, I would love to see that in these new consoles. Will we get it? That part I don't know. I doubt it. But it would be a great step in the right direction. So. That's it. So that's it from that aspect of it. So, okay. So let me go to the other point. And OD. I seen the clip for OD. That looked great. That looked scary as hell. I don't know if I'll play it. It looked great. It looked really, really good. Bruh. I mean, that definitely looks like that's an Xbox next gen console game. That doesn't look like that's coming to Series X. That doesn't look like that's coming to the Series X whatsoever. So, Rain said, AI don't have a work husband or a wife. You're right. Don't have no kids either. Jay Slayer said, Curie Wade, you bought the skin before you got her. Guarantees are always good though. Okay, never mind. So they were discussing Genshin Impact. Oh, also, Wuthering Waves is good too. I started that when it first came out, and I thought it. Okay, so Sekiro King told. Sekiro King Cypher sits there and says they finally fixed Borderland-ish was trash till yesterday. Yeah, there was a patch. It was a patch. I got my graphics set the way I got them. The gameplay is fine with the graphics that I got it set. Well, the settings that I have it set on. So so I'm so maybe that could explain some things. But yeah, I caught myself playing it all day yesterday. So um, and then once I get off here, I'll probably play. I'm going to play some more of it for sure. But I said I was going to stream tonight. So if I stream, I might stream Borderlands. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So anyway, OD looked great. It looked terrifying. It looked weird. I don't know. Only thing I can tell you is that it don't look like it's going to be a this generation game. Now it definitely could, but looking like it looked, wow. But then again, you can look at a game like Hellblade and be amazed graphically that there was no way that I thought Hellblade was going to look the way that it did. Hellblade 2. Or just there's a lot of games that like, I mean, there's a lot of games that look fantastic. So I mean, it could be a game that could come out this generation, but because I still think that there's still some more power to be squeezed out of the console. But I don't know. This would be a good start up game for people that are horror fans. I don't know, but it looks good. So I don't know. Yes, Sapo, I think you should get Silent Hill F first. I don't think that you should wait because I don't think this game is going to be coming out if at the earliest next year sometime, that like probably late next year. Because that just screams a title that would be coming out late September, early October, so late September, October sometime. At the earliest. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, if the new consoles come out, if the new Xbox comes out in 2026, then yes, that's definitely coming out in November and of next year, and that will be a launch title for sure. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. But the way that game looked, it looked like that looks like some new gen stuff. But it looked great. Looked great. Looked weird as hell. Setting a little candle baby on fire and it's screaming, and then you hear it. And listen, I mean, and I guess I would be frozen in fear too when you hear the door open, and then you're hearing big ass footsteps coming your way. I don't know. I might be jumping out the window. There was another door there. I'm gonna at least make a. I'm gonna see that big ass foot thing can run because I'm booking Jack. Right when I heard the door, I'm out. I may not look back, but I'm out. So we're gonna test to see what his skill, what his speed level is. But I don't know. I understand it was a drama situation or whatever. I don't know, but that was wild. Yes, Fahim. I would. You know what? No, maybe not with Silent Hill F. I mean, I don't know. Graphically, it doesn't look. You know what I'm saying? The Resident Evils is what's because it looks so good, so realistic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not so much from. I mean, I could see myself maybe jumping or something, but I don't know. I have no idea. But that OD, oh yeah, son, I'm jumping. I probably would. Crap myself. I probably would have a problem. Probably would have to say, hold on, guys, I'll be back. And do a little intermission. So I don't know, because that was intense. That was pretty intense. So I don't know. Like I said, I talked to my wife. I told her, I said, I think I'm gonna do a stream on Halloween, and we're gonna go back to 7 to Resident Evil 7, and I'm gonna just do it. I used to love scary games. I don't know what happened to me. I guess I got old. I don't know, but man, so I don't know, but OD looked great. All right, so and then last topic, and that is about Ghost of Yotei. Seemed like the pre-orders were number one. Well, no, you're right. You're right, Fahim. Japanese horror does hit different, but you know what? But it's all kind of the same too. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I got Slitherhead. Okay, so you said do Five Nights at Freddy's. man, okay, so I don't know, man. It's wild. See, I can watch scary movies. It's the interaction with scary games now. I don't know. I can still watch scary movies. I like scary movies. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just weirded out. Like, I don't know what happened. When did it change for me to where I'm like, I can't play a scary game anymore? I can watch scary movies any day, all day. My wife don't want to have nothing to do with a scary movie. I gotta find like the most timid scary movie to get her at least to watch a little bit of it. Like, I want to see The Conjuring like nobody's business. I gotta watch that shit by myself. So anyway, but a scary game now, I don't know. But I did get Slitherhead. I was very excited about Slitherhead. Creepy. I need to show some gameplay of that. I only got to like the kind of the gist of what's going on in the game. And, so that, and like, shit will chase you around. And so you got to bounce around through different beings to get away from the main thing that knows what you are, because it want to eat you. Like, it's pretty crazy. But I wasn't tripping. I'm like, oh, let me get to moving, right? Like, and you feel the intensity of it and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem as scary to me. Like, I can handle that. But I don't know, man. It was that Final Fantasy set. I mean, that Resident Evil 7, man. That was breaking me. That was breaking my heart, my spirit, my soul, bro. I said, and I hit them controls, man. I hit that X button so quick, like, fool came out that wall, started chasing me around. I said, oh no. Maybe it was just mood. I don't know. But I haven't played Resident Evil 7 since then. And Resident Evil 8 looks great. Resident Evil 9, Requiem, Lord. I mean, I used to be a maniac with Resident Evil. I got Resident Evil 4. I ain't even booted it up. I bought Resident Evil 4 the deluxe edition. Ain't even booted it up. Maybe I might try Resident Evil 4 because I know it's a remake, and that's before 7. So maybe I'll do 4. Maybe I'll do 4. Because I bought it day one. I'm like, I'm finna do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I didn't do nothing. I installed it and uninstalled it. Okay, so, but you saying doing 5 nights at Freddy's? Listen, I don't like shit like that either. Little furry things running around with goofy grins, and I don't like that. I don't like that. But you know what? I don't know. In 5 Nights at Freddy's on Game Pass, I might have to do that. I'm not buying it, but I might have to do that if it's on Game Pass. But I will. I'm saying I will. Halloween, do a stream. Gonna have me some hooch. Gonna have me some of the adult milk with me, and I'm ready. And I'm gonna be ready. And hopefully my wife is there so I can at least man up. I can't look soft in front of my wife, but I did the last time when I played Resident Evil 7. Okay, so all right, I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm 50. Okay, all right. You should be more afraid of. Oh, he said I should be more afraid of you in Street Fighter 6 than Freddy. Listen, sucker. Thursday fight night, we doing it. Matter of fact, if you got did you see the new character that they got for what, City of the Wolves? Not Mark of the Wolves, of whatever, City of the Wolves or whatever. They got my boy Joe. I'm looking for that. See, no, I don't have Village. I don't have Village. Now now listen. The bad lady, she alright. I wouldn't mind getting chased. But then I know what she turns into. I have seen what she looks like when she turns in form. But before that, anyway. So okay, so yeah, Village. Okay, so what we're gonna do? All right. So I think I got 4. I got the remake to 4. I might start that. Because I only played a little bit of 4 when I had I bought my son a GameCube, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this game. I know he's too young to play it, but I'm gonna play it. And I played it. I mean, at that time I didn't care about no scary games. I could do whatever, and I was like, oh, this is dope. But I mean, it was my son's console I got for him, so I couldn't just take it from him. So I was like, oh, I'll finish this up, and I never did. So and then the next Resident Evil was 5. So I beat 5. Okay, so there's 2 Resident Evils I haven't beat. I haven't beat, well, I should say now it's more than that. I haven't beat 4. I haven't beat 6. And I haven't beaten 7 and 8. So, other than that, I've beaten all the rest of them. And I haven't played the remasters because I'm kind of like, well, how much more different are they? I mean, they look fantastic. So I don't know. I need to get back on the Resident Evil train because I used to love them so much. So you said Resident Evil 4 remake is a 10 out of 10, absolute cinema. Okay, so we'll do that. Halloween night, we'll jump in on Resident Evil 4. Since, like I said, I bought it day one. I'm like, I'm gonna get over this stuff and I'm be ready. I'm gonna be about this whatever gameplay of scary game. I don't know what this is, but we'll do that. All right. So yeah, we'll get off of that. All right. So Ghosts of Yotei. Pre-order sales, which I don't care about pre-orders like that, but it is intriguing to me that it's number one all over the world. From wherever I guess it's listed, it was number one. I did see, I forgot who was making fun of it. It was only 20,000 pre-orders. I don't know if that's true or not, because I was like, well, damn, if it's just 20,000, then damn, it's Battlefield 6. What's up with Battlefield 6? Like how? What's the pre-orders for Battlefield 6? Everybody was so hyped for Battlefield 6. But regardless of that, it's still a good look. And I didn't mention this. I was going to say this on GRG Friday, but I just forgot to. And it's just like, for me, it's like, okay, this whole boycott thing. When I said that I wasn't going to buy Final Fantasy 16, that was my point. That was me making my point of saying, look, and gave my reasons of why I wasn't going to buy Final Fantasy 16. I didn't get on no soapbox and try to tell people that they should join me on that crusade and not buying Final Fantasy 16. I don't ever do that. Like if there's people that agree with me for whatever reason, if I'm saying I'm not going to buy a game because of this reason, that reason, whatever, then okay, join me on that. But I'm not going to ever tell another gamer or sit here and make a make a big deal about somebody buying a game that I'm not. I mean, because even when there was PlayStation fans that was like, oh, that you just over here, you hating whatever. And I'm like, no, it's just my points of view on it. I'm not telling you that you can't buy it. And then there was people that sent me clips and showing, you want to play it. Yeah, I do want to play it. It looked great. I love Final Fantasy, but I'm not doing it for that reason. But I don't want anybody else to not, because I holding my conviction that they need to stand with me on that conviction. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they can understand my point of view of why I wouldn't buy it, that's what I'm trying to get at. So the whole thing with Ghosts of Yotei. What? We don't even align on the same reasoning of why y'all mad, right? Like I'm more on the person on the developer side, in a sense of not being disrespectful of somebody losing their life, but I don't agree with bro. You know what I'm saying? Like no, ever. So, but if somebody told me that, if people sit there and telling me, well, look, I'm not buying this game because I feel like this way, that, and the third, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, that's your business. But to tell people, well, don't get this, that, because and I don't even align with what you over here trying to, no, I'm not doing that. And I would never do that. You know what I mean? So like I said, when I stand on business on something, I'm standing for myself. I'm not asking anybody else to follow me on that pathway. If you agree with it, then that's cool. But it's whatever. Like I said, I appreciate that I got Final Fantasy 16 gifted, and listen, I'm going to beat that game. Once I get done with Borderlands, I'm going to probably play some old stuff until I get to Ninja Gaiden. So in Final Fantasy 16 probably would be that game. So anyway, but I appreciate it was gifted. Now, with Ghost of Yotei. I'm excited for Ghost of Yotei. I love the first game. I thought the first game was outstanding. I thought it should have been a game of the year. So again, I mean, whatever the reason for you individuals that don't want to buy the game, that's your business. But don't try to include me into your business. You know what I mean? Because people were real quick to tell me that they didn't care about my business, about how I felt. So we're back to that. Yeah, Sekiro said I'm still not getting it until it's like $20, and that's fine. But you're still saying you're going to buy it, and I'm going to wait and get it when it jumps on PC. I'm going to get to the definitive edition. I'm not worried about the PlayStation version because it's not going to be. It's not the PlayStation is not going to give me what you know. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to hurt my eyes, hurt my hands, or anything like that. I'm going to be on this. And on this, and I'm going to be playing and enjoying it, and I'm going to beat it just like I beat the first game. So I'm looking forward to it. So I can't wait for the game. The question is though, do you think that Ghost of Yotei will outsell Ghost of Tsushima? Now that might be a different question. That might be a different thing because again, let's in normal circumstances, I would say yes. And it's not about the political stuff. I'm just singing in a sense of the climate of money. Because it is coming around, it's in between a bunch of games that's coming out, and it's around. It's coming out on the 5th. There's some games that's coming out, Ninja Gaiden is going to be around that corner. There's some other games that's going to be around that time, and then there's going to be people that's going to be looking to want to get Call of Duty, and usually when people get Call of Duty, they usually get the Ultimate Edition, and then people are also going to be interested in getting Battlefield 6 this time around, and there's going to be people that's going to want to get Battlefield 6. Ultimate Edition as well. So it's not like, so that's where I'm looking at it from that standpoint. Will it catch up on sales when it go on sale? Absolutely. But will it outsell the first game? I don't know. You would think so because it's a sequel and it's a popular game, but I have no idea. I mean, because there's other stuff involved too. There's people that don't like that there's a female as the protagonist instead of the main guy. But the game is set in the future, way in the future. I'm sure they'll have some kind of tie-ins with the old main character, but there's that tie-in too. Then. I don't know. So there's a lot of factors to it. Like I know there's people that's saying this, that, and the third, but we'll see. We'll see. I know that I'm getting it when it comes on PC day one, the deluxe edition. I'll be excited about it. It'll probably come sometime in March, April, something like that. But I mean, I'll definitely get it. So I don't know. Let's see. Seppo said I pre-ordered Yotei. Like he said, like a damn fool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't no fool. But you said you're gonna wait till it gets to $20. Okay. He said I might till it's on the new Xbox. Woo! Listen to you already. You're already bringing that. Oh, see, I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to be nice on my last topic of the day. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Oh my goodness. Well, if Horizon Zero Dawn comes to Xbox, you best believe whole slate. Baby, the whole slate. The whole slate. Anyway, I'm talking about Final. You was talking about Final Fantasy and of course Black Myth Wukong standing on my wallet. Oh no. That's fine. Now with Final Fantasy, I seen it as cheap as 28. I wanted to pull the trigger. I did. I really did because I really, like I said, I'm a fan of Final Fantasy games. I love Final Fantasy games. But I still couldn't. I was like, nah. I got to stand on business on that. Forget my impulses because I love playing those games. It's just the fact of, I gave my reasoning behind it. So, Black Myth, I'm going to get it eventually for the Xbox. I need to know if it's a Play Anywhere title though. If it's not a Play Anywhere title, then I don't know because I think it's a I would say Play Anywhere title. If it is, then yeah, I'll definitely cop it. Because I want the achievements for it. I don't mind going back and playing it again. Now it'll be painful because it'll be painful. It'll be painful. But I mean, I know what to expect on beating certain bosses and stuff like that. So it shouldn't be as painful. But man, woo. Anyway, so uh but yeah, but the price has got to be right for me to go ahead and pull the trigger on Black Myth Wukong since I've already bought it and I beat it and I was starting my second playthrough on that a while back. Yeah, that's a little different. So yeah, but I can totally agree with you on that. When they become affordable, that's fine. And because of the fact of why I agree with you 100% is because they lied. Game Science lied. They lied to the Xbox community. Just stand on business and say, look, man, we got the bag from Sony, and so this is what happened. I totally agree with that. You said I don't think I don't. You said you don't think it will. People are so dug in over politics and publications and some influencers. I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you telling gamers to hate games. Digital Foundry. I'm looking at you telling gamers to hate games because of frame rates and etc. Great point. Great point. See that's a lot of that. Like I don't want people when I give my explanations, I'm giving my explanations of why I wouldn't buy a game. It's you rarely hear me say a game is bad. Or just it's awful. There's some out there, but it's more but I always try to find a reason because I played so many games through my lifetime and I played games that didn't perform as well, or had an awful story, but really was fun or something. Because I always try to find the silver lining in any and every game that I play. Sometimes it don't work out that way, but so maybe some of the people that may listen to me and they might say, nah, that game wasn't for me, and that's fine. But I do think that is a big problem. There are so many games passed on and I hate that so much. I mean, case in point, what is that game called? Guardians of the Galaxy. That game got trashed by the gaming media and by influencers and so many, and all this and that and the third. And I'm like, and so I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll cop it. I seen it. I got it on sale in December. And like Don was basically saying, man, you need to play this game. I'm telling you, you will love it. Okay. And then eventually he talked me into playing it years later, and he was right. And I'm like, wow, I mean, I didn't miss out because I bought the game and I played it and I beat it. But I wish that I did beat it around the time when the game came out so people could see the gameplay, people could hear my point of view on it and things like that. Because that game was a treasure. Square Enix published a fantastic title. And I forgot who developed that game, but yeah, that game was great. It was the makers of Tomb Raider. Game was out of sight. Game was fantastic. And that's one thing that you hate when you got to play a game years later. That's why I say don't listen to all these influencers. I mean, even when I say something, I'm like, and if it's got your interest, give it a shot. That's why you won't hear me say this game is bad. To me, it's if I want to say the game is bad, then I'm like, yo, there was nothing this game could offer me to make me be entertained into it, and that's very rare because I always find something. Even when a game is not up to the level of a game of the year or something like that, I always try to find pleasure in something. So it's just like, yeah, no, pay attention to what you like more than what anybody else tells you. Because like you said, Digital Foundry does, they make money off of telling you what the games ain't running good, this game ain't playing this. And most people might not even notice. But when you first tell somebody something like that and then they notice something, a hitch or whatever, then all of a sudden they automatically got in their mind frame that, oh, this game is bad, this game is this, that. Now, to call out developers for bringing in a game that's not, that when you know that it's not performing well and stuff like that, that's a different story. But yeah, you said and you find out that you have some similarities to Borderlands 4. Yeah. So yeah, now that he said is a good example, Redfall. Yeah, Redfall was a buggy mess. Redfall was not good on that end. It was a buggy mess, but that game loop was fun. And when they did patch it up, the game was better. The biggest problem was is that it already received the hate that it got, and there was no recovering from it. But again, there goes that situation. You need to make sure that you have better game testers, and you can't. And in another reason, you can't just trust anybody that just tells you, "Yeah, this game's going to work good. This game is this, that, and the third." So because it kind of makes sense now that the gentleman, I can't think of his name now, that was ahead of that studio, and then he walks away and he leaves, and then he's telling gamers that Game Pass is bad for gaming. Well, then what he did was basically say to the gaming public, I'm just going to give you slop because I want you to pay max dollars for a title that we knew that we sent out that performed that bad. That's telling in its own right. I don't care how much we like his interviews or all that. Like, that's basically what he told us. He's like, well, Game Pass ain't good, and we don't like the way that the money structure is going and all this and that. But then yet he wants to tell you that we should go ahead and buy something that he was in charge of for $70. Kind of makes you think, don't it? So again, this is why Game Pass is undefeated and it's the best. So I don't second row. Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that to my boy Cole. Don't do that. But Cole deserved to get cooked for that. He did come out and say that game was flawless. It was this, that, and the third. How much my man? And again, if they only let him play a sample slice, and it ran way, because that's usually what they do, then he should have addressed that way. I mean, and again, his platform is to hype up Xbox. I mean, listen, I hype up Xbox. I mean, there's no question about that. But I mean, again, I would have done it a little bit differently. I would have said for the vertical slice that I played, it played very well, fun, had a great time. But that's not how that video came out. So I mean, because I watched it and I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. And then again, and then I got it and I'm ready to go. And I'm like, So yeah. He deserved cooking for that. There's no question. My boy deserved a cooking, but yeah. But again, if they manipulated him by playing a vertical slice, and he had a little juice to the situation, of course, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. Eesh. So yeah, that wasn't one of his great moments, but still. He's like, in fairness, he did say he played it on PC, right, as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Well, I know for him, I agree. I'm not saying, like I said, he deserved to get cooked for it. Because that's not what he said in the video. I get it. I mean, I watched this video about Redfall. But yeah, he should have said I played this vertical slice of it and it worked and it performed well. But he did say that he played it on PC. And then there was a little extra for it, which I get it. But listen, So you know what I'm saying? And again, yeah, it's right. Colt. You said Fahim said Colt is his guy, and Colt's a good dude. So yeah, I got nothing bad to say about Colt. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we all at some point got to get cooked. We say something and we wrong about it, or yeah, we deserve to get cooked. I've had my moments, so it is what it is. Um, Sekiro. Well, I mean, that's going to happen all the time, though. I mean, that doesn't matter what podcast, what it doesn't matter if you Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. There's always going to be people that you can go get and gaslight all types of games and bullshit and lie or whatever. That happens. So, and that don't happen only in gaming. That happens everywhere. So that's not a that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, this is why I want to talk. I want to tell my truths. I mean, and the things that I don't know or I'm aware of on certain things, I'll say what I have to say, and then we go from there. But if I'm wrong about something, I'll be glad to sit there and tell people that I was wrong about this aspect, that aspect. We don't get a lot of that. I think that there should always be honesty of some sort, especially when And if you're making an opinion, make sure that you let people know that it's your opinion. That's why this stream is called My Thoughts. Like these are my opinions. And so if nobody can come and say, oh, you said this is that and the third. No, these are my thoughts. So this is where we at. So you can agree with me or you don't. And that's it. So don't want people to come out and say that these are my facts. These are the facts. Because there's a lot of things that I'm speculating. There's things that there are facts. I ain't going to sit here and just tell anybody a bull-faced lie. But we got a situation where when we talk about this game and stuff, we should have some more integrity. And there's a lot of people that don't have that type of integrity. And I'm not blaming that situation on Colt with the about it. Saying I'm just going off of what Sekiro said about like putting people on podcasts to gaslight. So that part right there is they can't do that. Can't do that. That's not a good look. So anyway. He said, I thought it was a PC exclusive or something. No. All right. Hey, listen, like I said, Redfall is really good. I need to go back and I need to play it again to see how well it is. I haven't played it I played it last year, the end of last year. So I haven't gone back and I haven't played it since then. But I need to see what kind of, I know they've made a lot of improvements to it. So I need to go back and see what it's playing like now. But yeah, no, but Redfall is not a bad game. It just fell victim to developers just throwing shit out there, and they knew better. So they knew better. They knew better to do that. So they made Phil look real bad. Jack made Phil look real bad. Raheem said Chronos is cool. It does look good. That's another game that's kind of, I guess it's supposed to be kind of a scary type of game, but I don't know. It looks good though. It looks real cool. That's something that I'll have to pick up long time, further down. Need to get past the stuff that I got now. So, I mean, I still got Shinobi I need to beat. There's plenty of other games I need to jump in and I need to beat. So, yeah, so I just that game does look good though. I know it got a good rating. I do have Hell Is Us as well. So I started it. It looked like it has some potential. Again, this is one of these games you just gotta, like I said, just so many games that just dropped all at once, and it's been like that. It's just really crazy. And so, you try to keep up, but it's just, eesh. So anyway, but Ghost of Yotei, my last point on this is, I'm looking forward to it. Looks great. It reminds me so much of, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and you guys know how much I really like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think I love that game. Some DLC is supposed to be dropped. It already dropped or is supposed to be dropping. Then I also seen that Avatar is going to be dropping some, Avatar, the video game, is going to be dropping some DLC on the 19th. Yeah, I'm still not off of the Ubisoft bandwagon yet. I'm not yet. I still love Ubisoft games. And Avatar is a really good game. I would recommend people playing Avatar. I definitely recommend people playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, um, because it's a good game. It's really good. And so looking at the combat, uh, she's just she's just a combination of Naori and Yasuke in one. You know, So it looks fun. And a lot of similarities when you lose a musket and then like the sword play and all that. Like it looks really really fun. So like I said, they Sucker Punch made a gem. I want we have enough people over here complaining about that we don't have enough we don't have enough different type of games out there, and we have a lot of the same. And what Ghost brought was something unique to the table. So why hate on it now? So, and a game should not be judged. It's just no different. Like I look at it from music. Like I mean, you okay? So let's say that you're I don't know. There's a lot of artists that's out there. I'm not blaming you. That's like you. That's like if you have an artist who said or done things that they're not supposed to, or actor, actress, or something like that. I mean, but then you're gonna sit there and then you're gonna blame that person for that, and you're blaming everybody, and so other people are losing out money because maybe there's something that you didn't like for that one individual. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into making games, making music, making movies. I mean, so I I don't know. I just I don't think that it's and that's why for me it's like I say if I'm standing on business for something, I'm standing on business for myself. I don't care for people to. I'm not trying to start a crusade to not have these games be purchased or anything, or songs or anything like that. So like if that's like if if somebody, like there was so many people that was talking bad about Puffy. Well, he got off. So where are you at on that? Like weird stuff. Yes, absolutely. But he didn't go to prison. So obviously something was up. I don't know. Like, I mean, there's plenty of other actresses and actresses, people there are all types of stuff. So again, there's a lot of people that work on these things. And you just holding people accountable for one thing, then that's a person that's a developer. That's kind of crazy to me. Well, in the sense of you want everybody to boycott because of your thoughts. You don't have to get the game. You don't have to. That's fine. You standing on business for how you feel. But to try to get everybody to do that, then you're hurting more. You might be, and you're also hurting people that might be in line with your philosophy on things. See, these people don't think about that either. There might be people out there that was not a fan of what she said, that she worked with. But you're hurting them. So, I mean, we all have coworkers that whether we weren't fond of, or bosses or whatever. So, but does that make it to where that these other people can't eat because of one individual that you don't have a fan, that you're not a fan of? I don't know. That's the type of stuff you need to think about. So, okay. So Fahim said, "K Mega, don't lie. I know at that time you was looking at baby oil a little different. I was looking at man. Listen, hold on. Now listen. Okay. All right. With the whole Puffy thing, right? I mean, you were hearing stuff about. I mean, Puffy was acting weird, like when he was in interviews and stuff, and calling men daddy and stuff like that. That's your business. Like I don't care. Like I mean, we listen. When you in that lifestyle, being rich, being in the game for that long, man, I don't. There's people doing any and everything that they under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Even these weird motherfuckers that sit there and try to act like they don't do anything, you always find out that they're doing the thing that they talk bad about the most. All the time. You always see that. When they start talking bad about, about a certain group of people, or they start talking about like, children and stuff like that. They get they're arrested for doing something. It never fails. It never fails. So therefore, that's why I don't. I mean, listen, if you in that type, if you rich, you this that man, ain't no man. These people get bored. They all into some weird shit. Let them do what they do, right? You know what I'm saying? That's something to answer to God for. It ain't my business unless it's you harming children or you harming the elderly. You know what I'm saying? Or you hurt somebody. But other than that, like, bro, no, it ain't none of my business who you sleeping with. I don't care. That ain't my business. Shit, it ain't. You ain't sleeping with me, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So, that's your business. So of course Puffy was. I'm like when people say, "Oh man, Puffy did." Man, I'm sure he is. Man, you don't call a man daddy unless you sit there and you've been. Yeah, I mean, shit. It is what it is. So, but then when you hear about the baby oil stuff and all that, like, yeah, man, that was different. But it's not like. But I wasn't over. It was different, but I wasn't overly surprised because, like I said, man, when you rich like that, people get bored. They want to experiment. They want to do all types of crazy stuff. That ain't my business. That ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? But now, if you harming women, doing stuff like that, you people keeping people under you against your will and all that other stuff, that's different. Now, if somebody still wants to listen to Puffy music, that's their business. I mean, I still listen to R. Kelly music. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, oh, you're sick. You know how many people sit there and watch Woody Allen movies? You know how many people that sit there and do, that listen to somebody that said and done and done the most, and people still promote their music and show them. No, I'm thinking about the music. I'm thinking about the vibes that I had with that music. I'm not thinking about that individual. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, so it is what it is, man. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. I mean, hell, I already bought the music. It's not like I'm buying new R. Kelly stuff, but it was all the R. Kelly stuff that I had. Like, I mean, those were jams. Don't that make you feel weird? No, because I'm not thinking about that type of shit. I'm thinking about the song. The song is dope. You making me think about it because you bringing it up. I don't. That's my thing. Like I don't. I got a different mindset on stuff like that because there's so many other people in entertainment and all this other stuff. Like that's the same thing where I bring up about the woman that brought up the stuff that people was upset about with Ghost of the developer from Ghost of Yotei. There's so many other people that worked with that woman that might agreed with the people that want to boycott the game. So it don't. No. Come on, man, stop it. But yes, Fahim. The baby oil thing did kind of, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Yo, I'm like, every time that you see some new stories about different stuff and things of that nature, I come out thinking like I'm not going to be amazed. And then there's somebody that done something that took it to a whole nother level. And I'm like, yo, the Rick focus. They bored, bro. They need to find some hobbies doing something else. For real. No doubt. No doubt, Parrish. Kells is the GOAT. His songs are out. Man, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's okay, that for instance. You know how many babies R. Kelly music made? You know how many children right now that's crazy because there'll be children that'll sit there. Some of these young kids now, they're adults, and they're like, R. Kelly, I'm not going to listen to that. You was probably made on Seems Like You're Ready or something maybe in the 2001, 2003 range. Come on now, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that because, I mean, I know my daughter was made off of some R. Kelly. I know it was. I know it was. So, I mean, the man is a bad man. That's yeah. He's not he's in prison for the stuff that he's done. Some people dispute. I don't know. I'm not disputing any of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew that R. Kelly was on some other shit when he was with Aaliyah. So like, yo, hold on. Aaliyah was like a year or two younger than me. And I'm in high school. What are you talking about? What R. Kelly doing? What? You know what I mean? So yeah, you kind of knew then something was up. But then but see, again, the internet wasn't like the internet. So you heard stories about like the family was cool with it and everything like that. So like, okay, that's kind of weird. Maybe they for the money, maybe this, that. You don't know what's going on. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mind my own business. But then he got it all came back on him. He done things that he wasn't supposed to do. There's people that saying that they defend him and say that he didn't do all those things. I don't know. I don't know. I just know his ass is in jail and he's still doing music. I'm not buying that music. Because now you in jail for some dumb shit, and you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't, even if it's the new stuff that came about, there was still old stuff, and that right there is where I draw the line. I'm not buying new music from R. Kelly, but I mean, hell, the music I got from R. Kelly, I'm gonna bump that. I'm playing that. I'm playing that. Man, you would tell me I can't step in the name of love? Are you kidding me? That's the Grove. Hell no, I'm bumping that. So if people want to play Puffy, let them play Puffy. I just, you know what I'm saying? That's their benefit. They want to play Willie Nelson. They want to play Snoop. They want to play any Nelly, whatever. I don't care. That's your business. That's your business. That doesn't mean that you in line with some crazy shit or that you agree with the crazy shit. It's just that you like the music. And there was plenty of people that worked on making that music. It's more than just that one individual or made that movie or whatever. So that's my whole thought on it. And like I said, the game. No, you cannot deny good music. You just can't. And we're with such decline of good music right now, man. You think, man, come on. We're in such decline of good music. Man, I try to listen to the radio and try to listen to what the modern stuff is, man, and I'm just like, man. And there's some stuff that's good, but then I'm just kind of like, man, I actually feel bad for some of the younger generation, man, because this shit all sounds the same. There ain't nothing really. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Let's see. Well, he said, yeah. I was what? Yeah, no, she was 15. I was 16. She was a year younger than me. Oh, there with Parrish Go, Honey Love. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fahim said, your mom said you was a Platters baby. Hey, listen. The Platters had some jams, boy. Listen, you know. Yeah, my son was a Osley brother baby. Osley brother and Atlantic Star. No. It was the Ozzy brothers and Jodeci. Yep. Man, you killing me. Mm-mm. And come to find out that one of the, what was it? I don't know. Was it KC, the lead singer from Jodeci? He was over there beating the hell out of Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't a good person. But you gonna tell me I can't listen to Jodeci? What JoJo and Devin and all the rest of it? You mean I can't listen to? Nah, bro, you got me bent. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Casey need to have his ass beat for putting his hands on a woman, but other than that, I'm listening to some Jodeci, bro. Are you kidding me? Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Anyway, guys. All right. So I will be back. I'm going to see if I want to stream tonight. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at what time it is, man. Good grief. I'm over here thinking I'm going to be talking for about an hour and then I catch myself talking way more than that. Anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to try to stream. If I want to stream, it will be Borderlands because that's what I'm going to be playing tonight. So other than that, Fahim said, yeah, my mom loved the heck out of Jodeci. He says, my nephew is here because of him. See, bro, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of these kids that are always on this stuff. That's why I be telling my daughter, man, because she's always been like, man, y'all Gen Z kids, man, y'all always want to try to just stand on some kind of weird ass business. You can't be, I mean, listen, I like that they care about stuff and, you know, care about people. That's a beautiful thing. But then there's sometimes it's a lot of overboardness. Like, I'm just like, come on, man, listen. You know what I'm saying? Work on what's happening now. Pay attention on what's happening now and fix that. And then, you know, what's in the past is in the past. You don't let people dictate what you're trying to do. But you know, ain't no need to be still talking about something about R. Kelly and all. They're already in jail. Jodeci ain't making no music no more. Like, I mean, listen, whatever the case may be, where they're complaining and bitching about. What y'all need to do is sit there and try to talk to these young ass people to make better music. So I can so y'all can understand what we was listening to back then, where we wasn't trying to bang on breakfast. We was over here trying to mac somebody. We was trying to see what we was trying to flirt with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen to some Tevin Campbell or something like that, man. Shit, I mean, we have your moments of having you know, you had your moments of, you had your gangster shit, where you was over here, yeah, I wish, you know what I'm saying, I wish somebody would try to step up to me today, you know, or this afternoon. But then, you know what I'm saying, you wake up, you over here listen to some vibes, some good music, some, you know what I'm saying, maybe some Arrested Development, you know what I'm saying, you over here feeling, you know, different, you know, and then you might be listening to something that's a groove, you know, some SOS Band, or, you know, maybe some Portrait, or, yeah, I mean, man, and then like if you in that mood, it's nighttime and you trying to mac up on somebody, man, whatever, man. You got, man, there was so much to listen to. It ain't that much variety. I try to listen to the new stuff. It ain't too much variety. It all sounds the same pretty much. And everybody in the rap game is saying the same damn shit. And when there's people that do say something different, then they don't get the airplay like they supposed to. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what y'all kids need to be worrying about, getting better music. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, how you gonna sit there and be, man? My son was over there listening to some wild shit, and it was just, I mean, it was talking about hallucinations and self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? And self-destruction, and I'm like, man, what is this, man? I'm like, man, bro, this what you riding to work for? Oh yeah, man. What you think? I'm like, man, it's too early in the morning to be sitting here, because I'm tired. He needed a ride to work. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, man, I want to play something. I'm like, all right. Let's play it. You know what I'm saying? Normally I thought it was gonna be like some techno stuff or whatever, because like I like techno stuff. I like jungle and hip hop and, you know, all that. I like stuff like that. So I thought it was something like that, get you hype, you know, good workout music. No, it was some hard shit. Like it was, I'm like, man. Man, that made me feel emotional. Like I made me feel down. Like, what? I don't want to live. I don't want. I'm riding over here because the beats are. You know, that's the one thing about these beats. Some of these beats be popping, but I'm over here. Okay, I don't want to live. What the? I wanna be on some all night and don't wanna be in my right mind type shit. I'm like, what is this? And it was one of these little babies, little something. And I'm like, oh, bro, it's early in the morning. What is this? I can't even, man, I'll be in the truck running somebody over with this. This is criminal. Anyway, man, let me get the hell out of here. They do sound like junkies. They do. Not all of them, but yeah, the stuff that's all that mostly plays on the airwaves, they do sound wild as hell. Yeah, it ain't hitting like it used to be. So Sapo says Street Fighter 6 is $20 on Steam right now. I think it is $20 everywhere right now. So go ahead and get that Street Fighter 6, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really good fighter. Try to get you guys onto them fighters. Anyway, let me get on out of here. Thank you for coming through. If you are new to the channel, man, and if you like the content, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please help out the channel. Hit that like button. Hit the dislike button. Hit me up with the comments. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely like to hear the back and forth if there's people that agree with me or disagree with me, whatever the case may be. But yeah, help out the channel. Let's keep it going. Let's get this channel back growing. Let's do that. All right, guys. I will see you later. And for the people that just now may call me on Instagram, yes, you'll see me more often. Thank you so much for coming and checking me out. All right, guys. Peace.